Assalamu alaikum. A very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is always a privilege to stand before you tonight among the leaders and visionaries of the global maritime industry, the people who move the world's energy, goods, and ideas. And we are here tonight to honor the risk takers, the problem solvers, and also the quiet achievers. The people who, despite the headwinds, continue to deliver the vital energy and goods that power economies and societies around the globe. And let me extend my gratitude to the sponsors and partners of the Maritime Standard Awards who continue to uphold the spirit of collaboration and progress and partnerships that define our industry. It is this partnership, this sense of shared purpose that allow us to rise to the challenges ahead of us. And it fills me with enormous pride to see such a gathering here in the United Arab Emirates, a nation whose maritime legacy stretches deep into the history and whose future is written on the horizon of innovation and ambition. 2025 has been another test for global shipping and logistics, because it would seem business as usual hasn't made a comeback since 2020. And it is clear that we are operating in an era of profound and sustained changes with a confluence of challenges that are reshaping our industry and our sectors. It is clear that we are operating in these conditions and in these eras of challenges. And from market volatilities and shifting geopolitical landscapes to evolving trade patterns that were not expected before and regulatory pressures, the landscape is more complex and unpredictable than ever before. Yet what stands out most is the resilience of our industry, of our region. Here we have continued to demonstrate agility, foresight, and remarkable confidence in the face of these global headwinds. Our ports are growing, our fleets are modernizing, and our connectivities are expanding across the globe. This is proof that this region remains at the crossroads of a global trade and energy logistics. However, to move forward, we must also recognize the seismic shifts that are occurring across the broader shipping and energy logistics sectors. The integration of AI and technologies, the push for decarbonization, and the regulatory frameworks that are emerging globally continue to fundamentally reshape our industry. It is easy to say or to see these as just challenges, but they are also enormous opportunities for innovation and for growth and for transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of shipping and energy logistics is directly linked to how we address the twin imperative of decarbonization and the digitalization. The shipping sector is facing increasing pressure to reduce its environmental impact, and this challenge is compounded by evolving landscape of regulatory requirements, and these challenges present a historic opportunity for those who have bold enough vision to innovate and to lead. Against this context, 2025 has been a milestone year for ADNOC Logistics and Services, where we continued to expand our fleet, one of the most modern and versatile fleet in the world, advancing the AI deployment and diversifying our portfolio and services across the globe. This diversification presents exciting growth prospects in high-demand sectors such as industrial logistics and chemical transportation. As the energy transformation accelerates, we are actively moving beyond traditional energy sources and shipping models, unlocking new streams of growth across emerging logistics and industrial sectors. While opportunities abound, we must also acknowledge the increasing complexity of regulatory landscape. The push for decarbonization is largely perceived as a technical challenge, but it is equally a regulatory one. The global maritime industry is the is dealing with a fragmented regulatory framework and requirements that demands compliance with both international conventions and more localized regulations that vary from one region to another region. The IMO continues to progress its regulatory framework towards net zero, reflecting the sector's shared ambition of a sustainable future. These discussions illustrate the complexity of aligning perspectives and priorities within a global, fragmented industry. The recent IMO meeting highlighted the importance of ongoing dialogue to develop practical pathways to net zero. And this process demonstrates the commitment of member states to work collaboratively while considering varied national context and operational resilience. Navigating this matrix of rules requires not only deep expertise, but also agility, flexibility, and the foresight. And the future will be defined by companies that can align their operations with these evolving standards while maintaining the flexibility and the efficiencies in their business models. In times of uncertainty and transformation, one constant remains is the people who makes it all happen. Even with the advancement of the technology, the success of our industry hinges on the talent, the expertise, the skills, and the dedication of our people and our workforce. There is a growing shortage of skilled personnel, a retirement surge, and difficulties attracting new recruits to a modernizing industry. The talent gap is particularly severe for qualified officers needed to operate and manage increasingly complex and digitalized vessels. And we are talking today about the artificial intelligence that is actually penetrating within our industry and within our sectors. There is a big numbers and statistics that estimate that there will be a shortage of potential shortfalls of over 90,000 trained seafarers and skilled, competent people in our industry by 2026, 2027. And I find this very concerning when it comes to our people and our industry. There has been more emphasis on bringing young and skilled people into the industry. Young people who find the sea exciting and full of opportunities, just like many of us did at the start of our careers who experienced the sea life at sea. Today's gathering is about people, and so is my key message. We must continue to invest in people with the necessary skills for modern shipping and maritime demands, to cultivate the next generation of maritime leaders, engineers, and innovators who will steer our sector through continuous disruption. We must commit to this mission, investing in professional development, ensuring that safety and people-led operational excellence remains our guiding principle. Ladies and gentlemen, to everyone in this room, ship owners, operators, financiers, innovators, your efforts keep global trade moving, energy flowing, and economies thriving. We are proud to play our part in shaping the next era of maritime excellence, one that is resilient, sustainable, and firmly anchored in the UAE's leadership on the global stage. Thank you, and congratulations to all the winners this evening. Thank you.